Hey everybody, Wednesday again. I'm all saying Wednesday again, Friday again, depends what I'm doing. Right, we're back round to Workshop Wednesday, so one thing I want to, well, something a bit different I'm going to go on about now, because I'm going to go on a bit on about behind scenes, because there's a lot behind scenes that I don't think any of you understand, or some of you will have a vague idea, right? I mean, it's because the classic car world hasn't really like got protocol. It's not like got a, it's got a system in a way, but it tends to be up here, you know, that's top and bottom of it. And where we're at, I mean, it's a bit like this here. This is like part at the back end of a Mac 4, and it's, well, one I cut up quite a while back, but the back end's been sat round thing. Anyhow, I popped down Monday to feed cats, so I feeded cats, so cats were sorted out, and then this one here, so I got Shane what happened to be in front Weybridge, so I'm going to come and lift me this back end, and I got it on a pallet, and I started stripping it, so I cleaned it all. I mean, I just basically get it a good dousing down, took a few bits off. But as you can see now, it's been outside, but it is a good back end. Everything's drying out, shockers are here, shockers are sound, they're damping, they're not leaking. And but it was something that was never planned. So, but it just happened because I was down here. I thought, well, I'm not going to go back home. It was early just yet after I'd fed cats. So, but what it's going to do, this on the 4-wheel drive Mac 4, it'll be back end for it because it's the same ratio. It came off a V4 automatic, but it's the same back end ratio, same as 3 litre. So this will get rebuilt, and then when the 4-wheel drive shell's been dipped in and underneath sorted out, well, it'll have a back end on, so it can go on its wheels quick. So that's planned with that. But I've had no on paper to say that's what I was doing or out. It's just how it evolved, you know. I mean, and that's where I'm going to go over with and tell you a few ins and outs. I mean, it's like the Sunday when I went up to old folks' homes. I mean, I don't know if any of you have watched video. Well, some of you must have watched videos. Got a few of you past comments, but in all fairness, it were very rewarding for somebody who does like what I do, because I mean, to see their faces are what they actually, well, just with car, and when they sat in it, and I mean, it did make me smile, because you could see how involved they were and how they were looking back at the past, you know, and stuff like that, and it were. Well, even everyone at nurses were going on about various stuff, where we'd be playing on things, and it were really interesting, and like I've just said, it was very rewarding, you know, because it's like bits like that seem to make everything, you know, like shine on, and then you sometimes, because you wonder, you've got like so much effort, as I'm going to go on now about, that like, I mean, well, like I've just said with that, I mean, you come in, you've no protocol, I'm not in an office. I'm not in a system. I mean, I've got cars in here that I'm waiting for stuff. I've got Victor, I've been waiting for him for some springs. I've told you before, I think we resolved that. I've got to go to my mates. He reckons he's got like about 10,000 sets of brake springs. So I'm going to find something. There's something going to do my job, but I've got to wade through that. I can't just like press it. I've been promised stuff. My carpet set up, Victor, is now in production. I mean, I know it. I did think, I mean, it's been in production probably a couple of weeks ago. I thought I'd have had it now, but it'll probably just land on courier, and then I can get that one wrapped up. But it's not that I can sit down and write a list as such. Well, I can write one in my head. I can write one, but you won't follow it. You won't be able to follow it because you'll be dotting about. You'll be at A, B, C. Then next thing you might be at G. Then before you know it, you're at M doing something, and then. Because that's just that is the nature of the beast, you know. That's what I'm telling you now. That's about the workshop. That's how it works. Like the Jensen, finding a few bits now that we need. Like there's issues with the wipers. It looks like we've resolved it. So, but there's one long stop, one short stop off drives. So anyhow, we've got the long one now. So that one's in. The short one's on its way to it. So that's resolved. We need a brake master cylinder. That one's resolved. But these are all things. Anglia, I'm waiting for some rubbers, some other bits and pieces. So it's just how it goes, and they just seem to continue on and take forever. I mean, it's like the Land Cruiser I've got, I mean the tailgate now is all primed up and that, and a bit of luck today, I should be able to get that in paint, same with the bumpers. But like the bumpers, have got like a, when I sanded them off, I brought throwing places to plastic, because to tidy them up properly. And and then now you have a plastic prime, which you've had to, it's all so different. I mean, well, that's probably like, to be honest, another avenue in restoration game, because if cars are newer and you paint it on bits of plastic, well, you're going to have to start new stuff like this. So that's me just taking this job on. I mean, I've had another lad ringing me about, he wants this tailgate, but to be honest, I just says to him, there's so much work involved in them, I said, it's ridiculous, but there is no tailgates. He told me that Toyota still make them. Well, Toyota don't make them. I don't care who's told him that, and they're about 9-month delivery. Well, Toyota aren't going to make something from a car 20-odd year old and have a 9-month delivery on it. It's just not going to happen. It's just whatever they're telling him, they're following like a protocol in a Toyota franchise, that's what you do, but it will never materialise. And that's the difference between what I do and like what other businesses do. Other businesses, they just take an order, blah, 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 goes through a process. That's exactly how they work. Well, this works nothing like it because it's that wide open. The only thing that I've got protocol with really is these Matt Force, because I'm in a situation with them where I've got everything. So I could run them to a set system, but it's just happened this way, so I thought, well, I'm going to clean it up. So, I mean, there's still some removing to do, you know, where everything's soaking, so I can have probably next weekend I'll strip it down, and that'll be that done. But, I mean, another thing with this job is, I mean, if you take a typical day, I mean, I'm making a video for you now, it's called, what, 5:10 in the morning. So, I mean, workshop's empty, Land Cruiser's gone out, that's outside, so it's all me like slow down signs because everybody drives past here like nutters, to be honest, so I just slow them down, you know, I slow the road up. And now I'm making a video, so it's done. And then it might be, when I shut door and everything's back in and all sorted and done and shut down and I've been through whatever I'm doing in the day, it might be 4:30 again. So it might be 5 o'clock. Well, it's a 12-hour day. Well, to be honest, it's the norm. Because it's what in the involvement is. I mean, even if I've got to, like, I don't know, look at when a blasting machine's set, there's a bit of an issue on it, resolve that. One at Formers, you know, or like something's just not right, how I need to just tweak that up. Well, you can't charge that to a customer, that's just what the place has, so that gets in over time. And there's always these niggles and little jobs, plus my own stuff, I have to run my own cars. Like, if I want to get pleasure to, like them old ladies up at that home, well, I've got to make sure the car's right, you know. I've got to make sure that I can get up there, show it to them, do whatever, you know. I even like Sunday morning, get to wash off, get bright work to polish up, you know. But they're all worth it, and what I do, I think it's all worth it. But what I'm saying to you is this is like Workshop Wednesday, but these are all the hidden sides that you don't see. Because, and this is another reason when everybody goes on about apprentices, etc., and all that, you know, you don't want it to die. Well, I think how it's evolved is how this works. So I've just created something that's mirroring me. What's in this workshop is me. So I think if it's, when you go, I think this will just go here. Because I know people come in who've got some flush, flush is a bit of a like, well, sorted word for me, you know, but it's just like, they'll come in here, think they could do this, do that, do it. But God might have some fancy degree. Well, good luck to them. Because, as I'm telling you now, it's just a different world altogether running a business like that to how the world runs today. Completely different. I mean, you've got to keep funding it all. So that has to come from somewhere. And as I've said, with 12-hour day, I think that's, if it weren't for a 12-hour day and basically keeping topside a bit of a job here, a bit of a job here, a bit of revenue coming in, I mean, well, it won't be here. And what this brings in, the actual, the YouTube, well, I don't know if it's even, can't put it forward into tripod, but it's what people want, it's what people like, and it's what I like to do to like classic community, because I'm here for advice, as well as just doing a job for them if they want me to do a job. I'll always talk to people, you know, I mean, if people come down with 10-ton bombastic attitude, they'll not get any sense out of me. But if most of the people I deal with are pretty realistic, so it's very amicable between us and that, so and everything's fair. So anyhow, I'm just telling you some behind the scene things that go on, And I know you're thinking, well, cars are all going on. Everything's going on fine, and you'll see more and more of that. But it's just for me doing that Sunday and watching them old ladies smile and that and stuff like that. Even nurses having a laugh and a joke and stuff. I mean, the one intro I'm going to mention is nurse tried to open the door. She was a young lass. She's in her 20s. And she tried opening the door. She didn't have a clue how the door opened because it was a button. And anyhow, then they got inside. I adjusted the seat fully back for him, and so they had a sit in. And there was a woman who should mention she got a column. She liked column changes, and she obviously must have seen a gear lever on column, and she must have driven one. And so she come in and she got in driver's side, and then I was watching him as I was videoing. And then she actually got out of the car and she went to the back door. And she just pressed the button. Never looked at, and she just pressed the button and opened the door. And I just thought, she's far more knowledge of stuff than the young nurse, and it just made me smile. Anyhow, give me a like if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel because it does help, because my subscriptions fluctuate up and down. I ain't got a clue whether people leave or whether YouTube take them. I don't know why it works or whether people get fed up with hearing me waffling on. And but it helps if you subscribe. I mean, I don't know how many. I think there are about 3,500 subscribers now, but I'm sure it helps the more I get. And pass a comment, all you want to know. But I'm just telling you now, there's a bit more to behind the scenes to what I do here than me just showing you around pretty cars, you know. But there's the rewards for my effort and my hours and like what goes off up here and how you've got to make it all roll over. It's just days like Sunday, because I did really enjoy that. And if you haven't seen the video, watch it, because it'll probably make you smile. So take care, everybody, and bye for now.